Obviously, for our football team and us as a coaching staff, it's not a very good feeling. And we'll get back to that. We'll talk about what's in front of us, and then I know what you guys want to talk about, and that's fine. Okay, we got to get ready to play a team that is a really, really good football team. 2 ball games, they've had 1,136 total yards, 66 first downs, 915 yards passing. So we're going to see another very fine quarterback. He's earned his stripes. He does a tremendous job. He gets rid of it quick. Well-coached football team, very disciplined. All right? I know you don't want to talk about that, so we'll get to what you want to talk about. And we'll do it this way. I'll let you ask the questions.
Raise your hand, we'll get a mic to you.
We do want to talk about
North Texas too, Coach.
Okay.
But in the last game, what's just the biggest takeaways you had from the last game?
Well, we saw, for basically almost 3-4 quarters, we saw a defense that played really well, and really proud of it. And let me tell you, they played with great effort throughout the game. And, the fact that, we let some situations get away from us, and it didn't start in the fourth quarter. It started really with our last drive in the third quarter. We've done a good job keeping the ball in front of us, playing, and we got a ball thrown over our head, and in that situation, you got to get lined up and play. And we played 2 downs really well, and third down we gave up a pass because we had someone out of position, and they executed well. But then in the fourth quarter, and I will tell you this, it's as disappointing as it can ever be, but we can't allow to give up 3 drives in the fourth quarter, and that's what we did. One of them was 96 yards, and had an opportunity on the first third down when we had them backed up and should have had them stop. Had a guy that played great technique. We matched up their short yardage route really, really well. Quarterback rolled out, and we had them matched up, had them locked down, and we lost some eye discipline. And he threw the ball back across the field to get it to a receiver. We should have been off the field, But again, things like that happen, okay? Hey, they make a play, we got to get ready to go play. And, I take full responsibility for what happened. It's on me. And, we got to be better in those situations. You can't give up 17 points in the fourth quarter in a close ball game and expect to win. That's the bottom line, and we did.
Coach, I'm not saying this is an excuse or anything, but with Dre being out and a couple of freshman safeties and stuff, were you able to rotate as much as you want and then having to end up playing 27 snaps in the fourth quarter? Did that play a role?
Well, again, we go back to that first third down. The reason we had to play 27 snaps is we didn't get off the field. We got to get off the field. That's the bottom line. We got to get off the field. And we've been doing a great job of it. I think in the first half, our third down defense was great. We ended up, at 60%, and 60% is average. It's not lousy, it's average. Our goal is 70%, which will put you in the top 3 or 4% in the country. And we got to get off the field on third down. That's just the bottom line. There's no excuses. Doesn't matter who's out there. We got to get off the field, and that's a big part of what we work on. It's a big part of playing winning defensive football. Is getting off the field on third down. I think they were 6. They converted 6 out of 15, if I'm not mistaken. And some of those were in crucial situations, as it was when we had them backed up on 3rd and 2.
That was Armand's first start. He's obviously an older guy, been waiting a long time. How'd you think he did? And then moving Sosa outside, how did he do? And is that something we'll probably see more of?
Well, it's something that we talked about even before the season, and even in spring practice. We're going to put our best 4 out there, and that's what we did. And I think our guys up front, played well for us. We got to generate pass rush. There's no question about that. But we got them in enough third and long situations, and as the game went on, and we were, we did really well early, because every one of their third downs, they had man beaters called. Guess what? We didn't play very much man on third down. That's why we were able to get off the field early and get some of the big stops that we got early in the game. But as far as the 4 guys up front, I'm pleased with the way they played. I'm pleased with the effort of our entire football team. What we got to do is we got to learn to handle success, and we got to learn to finish. You know, and that's been a part of the culture that Coach Morris has been preaching ever since we got here. And we got to lead them as coaches, and we got to help them as coaches. You know, our players gave us outstanding effort. We got to help them as coaches. I got to do a better job coaching. I got to do a better job coaching. There's no question about that. And when you look at this situation, they're going to look to us for leadership, and we're going to correct what needs to be corrected, but we're going to do it in a very, very positive way, and we're going to move forward. We're going to move forward, and that's what we got to do.
Coach, the cornerback situation opposite Ryan, it's almost like the quarterback situation, trying to find the guy. How would you assess, I guess Nate got in there, Chevin, and Jarquez all played?
Well, you know, they all have different skills, and certainly, you know, and again, now, when we get in SEC play, we're going to see those kind of receivers pretty much every week. But they had a pretty special receiver, and you know, he made some plays for them. But I'm excited about the way our guys competed and the way they played, and certainly, you know, some of the things, and it gets right back down to technique. That, you know, as coaches, we got to do a better job of teaching the fundamentals and the technique. And there's great examples of when we did it really, really well. You know, but when there's something that you see, you know, make no misunderstanding about it. You know, there's not a player on this squad that would go out there and not try to do it to the best of his ability. So we got to teach. If we have to cut back on some of the things that we're doing, you know, we'll do that. We'll make those decisions. But those guys all have a different skill set, and we wanted to get a little bit bigger corner out there from time to time because of the length of their receivers. Not real big, but you know, he can spin the ball as well as anybody that we're going to play. And he does a tremendous job. He has great knowledge. He's played I think this is his 3rd or 4th year that he's played in this offense. Like I said, he's well coached. You know, he gets, if you give him pre-snap reads, he knows where to go with the football, and he can deliver it. You know, there's no question about that. You know, we've gone back and looked at films versus Iowa, for example, you know, and you know, even though they only scored 14 points, he had some big plays in that game. So, you know, he's plenty capable of playing. And again, he's surrounded with a big offensive line, you know, that keeps some of the pressure off of him. But their scheme keeps some of the pressure off of him because of pre-snap reads. And it's going to be read zone, some of it, you know, and then, you know, they still got a good drop back game, but most of that's going to be quick game.
Last one,
The North Texas offensive coordinator is Graham Harrell, and he kind of comes from the same tree as the Eastern Illinois offensive coordinator. Do you see any similarities between those two and what you've seen on film?
There's some similarities. There's no doubt, and you know, those guys. You know, Coach Leach has done a tremendous job in college football in terms of what they do. You know, with the fast pace and using the personnel they've got, and there's no doubt you see it there. But every offensive coordinator is going to put his spin on his game plan and what he thinks he needs to do.
they're pretty up-tempo coach.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, guys.